We're constantly looking for more privacy. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you privacy settings that you can change on your iPhone. But before we get started, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this type of content and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Okay, so the first setting that I highly recommend you change is related to Wi-Fi. So make sure to open settings, press on Wi-Fi, and right here, tap on auto join hotspot. Here, I highly recommend you choose ask to join or never, because you don't want your iPhone to join unknown hotspots. You never know who's on the other end of the connection. Next, we're going to go back and right here, tap on general, software update, and tap on automatic updates. Here, I highly recommend you enable security responses in system files. This will automatically install rapid security responses in system files for iPhone and supported accessories without the need for you to update your iPhone to a new iOS, for example. So if Apple provides a new security response in system files and this is enabled, this will be done automatically and you won't need to worry about it. So again, I highly recommend you enable this option right here. Now, if you use the Notes app and you like to secure it with a passcode, you now have the option to unlock that note, of course with your passcode, but you can also use Face ID, which makes our lives a lot easier. So make sure you go to Settings, tap on Notes, right here tap on Password, and make sure to enable Use Face ID. And here you also have to make sure the use device passcode is enabled, otherwise Face ID will not work. And if you like the option to use Face ID to unlock, you can also use Face ID to access recently deleted and hidden albums. So let's go back to settings and right here, let's go to photos. And down here, make sure to enable use Face ID. As you can see right here in the description, Face ID is required to view the hidden and recently deleted albums. And now that we're talking about privacy, it is impressive how much we can find about ourselves, friends, family members, and others online. I did a quick Google search for my previous address, and both of these people search sites showed up. Here, I could clearly see all of my past addresses, past residents that lived at these locations, and even my husband's information. Gladly, there's not a lot of information about me, and I guess that is because I'm not American and I didn't live in the States my whole life. However, I did a quick Google search about a very close friend of mine, and I could pretty much find everything about her. Current address, past addresses, phone numbers, emails, relatives, associates, and even her neighbors. It is very concerning to find sensitive information about yourself and others online, and this friend of mine in particular had her identity stolen more than once. There are even bills from strangers that she has been dealing with for a few years now. It's very upsetting. Now, all of this information is available online because of data brokers. Basically, people who profit by selling your information to spammers, telemarketers, pretty much anyone else that wants to learn more about you. And here's where our partner Aura comes in. Aura can help you protect your information because they're constantly looking for data brokers that are exposing your data, and then they can submit opt-out requests for you. This way, you'll be protected and you won't even need to worry about it. They can also opt out of junk mail and telemarketing lists, so you can get rid of all of those calls that can be extremely annoying. If you're interested, make sure to check out aura.com/marinatag to try 2 weeks and see how many data brokers currently share your information. Also, on their website, you can check all of the features that they offer, and I've listed the link down below in the description. Thank you so much, Aura, for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now, something that I highly recommend you do is also make sure which applications have access to your contacts, your photos. So let's go back to settings and let's go to privacy and security. Here, tap on contacts, and as you can see, these applications have access to my contacts. if you have an application listed right here that does not need access to your contacts, but the option is enabled, make sure to disable. And you can do this again for photos. So make sure that all of the applications that are listed here that have access to all of your photos, make sure that they actually need to have access. If they do not, make sure to tap on it. So let me choose 1, 0, for example. Make sure to tap on it and choose none. And as I mentioned earlier, I highly recommend you do the same thing with your photos, for example. So go back, tap on photos, and make sure you check this list and make sure that all of the applications that are listed here actually need access to your photos. Mine are okay. These applications that have access to all of my photos actually do need access to all of my photos. But if not, make sure you change it. Actually, Twitter I could change because I don't really post anything on Twitter at the moment. So I would change for selected photos. Actually, none, because then I would have to select it at this time. So make sure to go ahead and check all of the applications and change this setting accordingly. Now let's go back and we're gonna tap on location services. There are a lot of settings that I highly recommend you disable here, but these are mainly known for draining battery. They're not a huge privacy concern, which is good. So make sure to watch the video in which I show you settings that I recommend you turn off to save battery life as well. Also, I will be publishing a new video with settings to save battery life. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. But now that we're here, I'm just going to explain a few settings for you. Something that a few of you would want to do for this location services is disable location services altogether. But I highly recommend you don't do this because there are features here, there are settings here that actually need to be enabled in order to work. For example, if you want to use GPS, there is a setting here that allows your iPhone to use your location, allows that application to use your location in order for the GPS to work. So you do not want to disable location services altogether. Now, something that is very important for you to do is to go ahead and check this full list of applications right here and go ahead and check if any applications here have access to your location all the time. The word that you're trying to find is always. As you can see, mine are mainly while using. I like this setting because the app will only use my location while I am using the app. Now, if by any chance there is an application here that doesn't need access to your location at all, you can pretty much just change to never. So for example, McDonald's. I could just choose never. And the one that I told you that is never good is always. So make sure to go ahead and check all of the applications that are listed here and change according to what each of them need. And just a quick thing before I finish the video, down here there is an explanation about the arrows and what they mean. So the purple arrow indicates that an item has recently used your location. So as you can see here, if we go in System Services, Find My iPhone has recently used my location, and Find My iPhone is something that I highly recommend you always leave enabled. Never disable Find My iPhone. It's very important. And the gray arrow indicates that an item has used your location in the last 24 hours. So let's see. Weather has used my location in the last 24 hours. Wallet, Uber, Siri, Instagram, iFood. iFood is similar to Uber Eats here in Brazil. Camera, and that's it. So again, I highly recommend that you go through this list and change any setting that might be set in a different way. So again, I highly recommend that you check all of the applications and make sure that only the applications that need access to your location currently have access to your location. And these are the privacy settings that you can change on your iPhone. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.